Hello, my name is Michael Morley, and I'm here to review The Devil's Mouth, directed by Jeff Wadlow.
5 friends sign up for a guided swim for a remote cave system among Phelan's stunning coast. But their quest for fun and adventure soon turns into a desperate fight for survival as a bloodthirsty shark starts to pick them off one by one.
This is about 5 young adult teens who go to Phelan and go into a cave and end up getting trapped by a bull shark. This is one of those typical genre movies, those typical shark movies that you saw in the early 2000s and the late 90s. When I first saw this trailer, this kind of reminds me of The Descent meets Jaws, and I like the look of it, and I do like Catherine Newton. I was interested. The movie actually does have some cool stuff about it. It started off pretty strong. She lost her partner. He died. She's sort of grieving and she's trying to distract herself by going with her friends overseas, and her friends are all in relationships and she's kind of the loner out of the bunch. So she feels kind of left out being the one that's not in a relationship where everyone else has got someone. They decide to go into a cave and, have a really cool experience with the guide, but oh no, they get stuck in, there's a bull shark in there somehow, even though technically bull sharks can somehow evolve in salt and non-salt water. But this is probably the biggest bull shark I have ever seen in my life. This movie, look, it's not a masterpiece. It's not great. It's not phenomenal. It's just okay. A lot of these characters, look, they all look like models. Every single one of them look like models. None of these characters are really that smart. They're actually pretty dumb. They all make really, really dumb decisions. Like, I understand these characters are young and naive and ditzy, so they're going to make some pretty stupid decisions. The only one in the movie who was actually pretty smart was Catherine Newton. She's the only one that actually has brains and isn't ditzy like the rest. But this movie is so... I just could predict everything that was coming. I knew who was going to die first. Literally could predict who was the first person to die and who was the next person to die and who was the one that was going to survive the film. And I was right. I was like, oh my god, I predicted it. I predicted this person to die first. I predicted that one to die next. And my god, some of these characters are so irritating. I could not. I'm telling you, there is a friend in this movie. She's the Asian American character. I could not stand her. She was so controlling and so annoying. Oh, this is the thing. You want to care about the characters. You don't want these characters to... You don't want to siding with the shark. You don't want to be going, just kill off these characters, please. There were moments where I just wanted a lot of these characters just to be killed off because I did not like them. If you have characters that aren't very well written and you don't really care, then you've pretty much failed. And this guy, the director, I actually like a few of his movies. Never Back Down, Non-Stop. He's done some really cool films. And this movie, I don't know... There's definitely moments that I did enjoy. The CGI of the shark is fine, but at times it always looked a bit different at times. Sometimes it looked bigger, and then other times it looked smaller. I don't know, the consistency wasn't always there. It was underwater, so I understand it's not, obviously when you look up through the water, it looks bigger. Overall, this movie was pretty average, and I don't like saying that. I don't like saying that this movie was horrendous. It was just, the execution was just not as good as it could be. This movie should have been better. 4 out of 10.
Come and get me, mother...